All right, Bart with Bicycle Rider YouTube, and we have the Marin Alcatraz dirt jump bike. This is one that we haven't really done a video on. One, because of, my personal style. I've been a cross-country mountain bike racer for a number of years. I do a lot of road biking, do a lot of gravel biking, but at 50 years old, I don't see myself catching a lot of air anymore, and a lot of that is because I just don't want to hit the ground hard anymore. Why am all of a sudden I am in love with this Marin Alcatraz dirt jump bike? My roots were BMX. I was always the kid that would take the biggest gap jump, that would jump off the cliff, that loved urban assault and would jump off the most stairs or slide down a rail. I mean, I was that guy. At 50 years old, I'm not that guy anymore. But it's so cool to get a bike like this in my hands and kind of relive some of those younger years, practice on some skills. I think a lot of towns are starting to see more pump tracks. Pump tracks are something that definitely builds skill, and a bike like this is something that you could definitely grow those skills on. As I get older, I don't want to lose bicycle skills, so something like this is fun. I'm not really worried about being Matt Jones, and it's so cool watching his videos and things he can do on this bike. I'm happy just riding down the road and doing a little wheelie, maybe jumping a curb, going. I've been practicing kind of bouncing off of some steps and some stuff like that, just to keep things fresh. And I've noticed parts of me getting sore, so those are parts that I haven't used for a long time, and it's so cool to practice some endos, do some stuff that on my mountain bike I am causing damage to parts. I have several friends that are big into dirt jumping at the moment, and they're doing those on their mountain bikes. They're trashing their rims, they're eating derailleurs. It's just hard on a bike where they've made this bike super solid, super strong, super robust, and able to take a beating and still keep going. You don't have a derailleur. You do have a derailleur mount if you wanted to mount a derailleur to this bike, but most of this bike is just set up with bolt-on wheels, 26-inch wheels. I think they're like a 32mm double pinned wheel, so it's a very solid wheel. 1x drivetrain. You don't have a derailleur to get caught up in a jump, or if you fall down, a derailleur hanger to bend. I've got several bikes in the shop right now where my friends have totally trashed their bikes jumping and doing things, and at the moment there's parts are very hard to find. We're in April of 2021, coming out of the corona pandemic, and bicycle parts are hard to find. So do yourself a favor, if you can get your hands on one of these, ride this to jump, ride this to play around and do urban assaults on, go to the pump track. This bike is made to take a beating and keep on ticking. It's fun to build skills. Hopefully we can get Gary out there with the GoPro here pretty soon, and you guys can watch me kind of jump around on this bike. And I'm not what I used to when I used to ride a BMX bike every day and go to the track, but it's so fun to try to relive these skills again. I have memories of being able to do magical things in a jump. Quite frankly, I can't do that anymore, but it's nice to keep the skills alive. My trick is speed and cardio, but along with that comes smoothness. And if you can get over that terrain smooth without crashing is a good way to go. And this bike is teaching me skills. This is one of my favorite bikes just to ride down to the sunset and watch the beach on Biloxi Beach, because I love the way this bike looks. It's awesome. I get compliments every time I ride this bike, and I am building skills. So definitely check out the Marin Alcatraz. Some people do some magical things, but as far as me, I'm running Biloxi Bicycle Works, the bicycle shop. I can't get hurt every time I go out there. So just doing wheelies, having fun, doing endos, practicing skills, and this bike is good for it, because if I do an endo and end up falling down on the ground, or the bike hits the ground, this bike is not going to get damaged like your high-end mountain bike. So here on the Bicycle Rider YouTube, if you like our content, please subscribe. If you want to see me, try to do some tricks on this thing, we'll get some video out there shortly. But we're going to go ahead and put the weight on this bike, because I know a lot of people are curious to what this bike weighs. And See if I can find a good place to hook the scale here. And no, I am not a steady bike stand, so I'm just going to do my best to kind of hold up and hold this thing. So I'm bouncing off of 20, 25, 26 pounds. So about 26 pounds is what this bike weighs out of the box, which is very, you know, very respectable for a bike that is this sturdy. It only comes in one size, and it has a nice wide handlebars for adults. So it's just a very, you know, very cool bike to play on, and I look forward to, you know, getting on this bike and try to do a few things like I used to. So, you know, the Alcatraz is one of those bikes. It's about 1,300 bucks, and it just lets you play around and have fun. So, Bicycle Rider YouTube, Marin Alcatraz, over and out.